What is going on, guys? Two-Tone Sports here. I know I took a little time off, but I had to get a little extra goodie set up for this stream. I got a brand new camera. I actually got a whole new laptop. All right. Fixed up the mic a little bit, was messing with the audio settings. So with that being said, throughout the video, if you hear something that I can improve on in recording quality, please hit me in the comments below. Any suggestions are greatly appreciated. But with that being said, we have a new series starting today. We are going to be going over every single rookie impact and stat projections. SI.com has had this. I got my bunch of notes here. I'll be going through giving you what my predictions are as well. With that being said, we'll be doing AFC East this. We'll probably be doing AFC West or North shortly after. So we're going to be doing it by division. So, once again, Two-Tone Sports here. Any and all support to the channel is greatly appreciated. Let's dive into it, all right? We are going to start off with the Buffalo Bills. They're saying the overall rookie impact rating is a 67.5. Just so you guys know how this scale works. Player impact rating scale 10 to 9.5 to 10 is an all-pro. 8.9 to 9.4 is Pro Bowl. So your average NFL player isn't in that. Okay, so we got starter impact from 8 point to 8.8. We got a rotational 7 to 7.9. You got a backup, and then you got practice squad. This, I don't really like this little backup and whatever. I don't know why they don't give maybe like a backup special teams role. But let's get into it. Buffalo Bills with their first pick, you guys went with Dalton Kincaid. All right. The Bills traded up for his services because they felt he could make a difference. Kincaid should eventually overtake Dawson Knox as the starter, but expect to see more 12 personnel either way. I think, and my projection for him is he's going to be playing a lot more of the slot role this year with Kincaid. Slot, meaning Dawson Knox is going to be the tight end as well. I think you're going to see a lot of both of them on the field majority of the time. So they have the projection of 42 catches, 448 yards, and 5 touchdowns. They got him hitting a 7.9 as a starter impact. What I have for him, I have a little higher. I have 55 catches for 550 yards and 7 touchdowns. Yes, I have him averaging about 10 yards a catch. It's exactly 10 yards a catch, but I'm going to say he's right around that. Why? I think Allen's going to fall in love with him early. I think the kid's crisp, and I think he's only going to get better in camp, and he's only going to get better with the competition with Dawson Knox. And I also think he's going to learn from Stephon Diggs. All right? I think he's going to have a little bit more impact than what they think. Moving on to O'Cyrus Torrence. Now, most of these guys, I only did projections for like skilled players, but I can give a little back thought on some of these guys. O'Cyrus Torrence, guard out of Florida, would appear to be their greatest impact player. Torrence should challenge Ryan Bates for the starting right guard job. Projection, barring injury, he should start all 17 games. I was so high on this kid going into the draft, man. I don't know why people still had him falling and falling. I had this kid as a possible first-round projection. And what happens? He goes to the Bills, who needed a guard. This kid is going to be a beast. I agree with them. He should start all 17 games. I don't know if he's necessarily going to start right away, but he'll be your full-time starter by the end of the year. That's my projection. I don't know if he's going to start right away. He should, but we'll see. Dorian Williams adds to the depth of linebacker unit. Williams can step in at any spot, but will likely be the main backup to Matt Milano at will. Projection, will have the opportunity to be active for every game, 30 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. I think it's probably going to be a little higher than that. I don't have anything written down for him, but probably be a little higher than that. 30 tackles at the, I don't know, I would see more like 40, 45 maybe. I know that's a decent amount, but I think they're probably going to try to keep Milano a little fresher than this. And plus, their games go deep. And the Bills are good. Like if they're really in like a two touchdown lead heading into the fourth, you may see Milano come out a little bit, causing Dorian Williams' stats to go up a little bit more. But you got Justin Shorter here. Will have to prove himself on special teams. Yeah. But, all right, so they have a factor of 6.2 for special teams. That's interesting. 18 catches, 265 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That could be it. It could be a little more, a little less. I don't know about the touchdowns. He may not even get a touchdown this year. But it's a 5th-round receiver. Is what it is. Nick Broker, a limited athlete. Broker can be a valuable swing man at the 2 guard spots and has experience at tackle if needed. Sees action in 10 games as a reserve. Hey, nothing wrong with that at a 7th-round pick, huh? Impact 6.1. I like that at a 7th-round pick. Alex Austin, corner. Things got sticky down the stretch once again with depth in the secondary. Also could see the field as a rookie, but Buffalo would be best served if he didn't. 4 games played, 5 tackles. Dolphins. Bills are done. Dolphins. Cam Smith. Lengthy kid. I really like this kid, especially with 2nd-round pick. I had him sometimes going early day 2. Like early day 2. So, well, the Dolphins had to wait 50 picks to make their first selection, but made the most of it with Smith, who will provide much-needed depth. 17 games played, 3 starts, 21 tackles, and 1 pick. I have here Cam Smith. I have him actually getting 30 tackles and 2 interceptions. It all depends on how much he sees the field, honestly. You guys just got Jalen Ramsey, so it really all just depends on the amount of time he plays. Devon Kane, one of my favorite picks of the draft. This dude is speedy, man. Dude is speedy. Welcome to Miami Trice. It will be a backfield committee approach with Jeff Wilson likely the lead back, and injury-prone Raheem Mostert as a backup. A sprinkle with a Kane as backup B option. I think he's going to come in and take the 2nd role. I don't know what's up with Raheem Mostert, man. He's a little weird to me lately. I don't know what is going on with him. But rotational back, 70 carries, 340 rushing yards, 204 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. I have him getting actually 90 carries. I'm predicting, I'm going to knock on wood because I don't like to predict this stuff, but I'm going to get 90 carries, right around 400 yards. I'm going to have 300 receiving yards, and I'll tell you why. And he's going to have 2 to 3 total touchdowns. I'm predicting he has a 75-yard receiving game in him. I think he's going to take a screen pass to the house and blow these numbers out of the water in one play. One play. He's going to have like a freaking 60-yard screen pass for a touchdown. Blow these numbers out of the way. The kid is shifty. Dolphins team is going to be fun to watch. Very, very exciting this year. Elijah Higgins, receiver Stanford, long athletic pass catcher. Higgins will attempt to make the switch from wideout to tight end. Need to pack on some weight, get up a little bit better blocking. 5 games played, 13 catches, 200 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. You guys barely had any draft picks, man, but Ryan Hayes, tackle. Developmental player who could pay dividends down the road. Solid frame. Likely see limited game action. Practice squad candidate. Nothing wrong with that with a 7th-round pick. Moving on to the New England Patriots, who had one of my favorite picks of the NFL draft, man. One of my favorite picks. Christian Gonzalez. I had this kid as a top 10 pick, and he falls to the perfect scheme. crazy. New CB in New England. Many had Gonzalez pegged for the top 10. I didn't even read this. He will fit the defensive system well and is viewed as one of the biggest impact selections in the first round. 17 games played and started. 42 tackles. 10 pass deflections. 2 interceptions. Has an 8.6 impact factor. What did I have for C. Gonzalez? Starting all games, 50 tackles, 3 interceptions. Make it 4. I'm changing my impact. 50 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 return for a pick 6. Yeah, I love this kid. Got Keon White out of Georgia Tech. I like him too. I thought it was very good value in round 2, but I already did that. 14 games played, 30 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 5 for loss. I have him getting 28 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and I have this as being a little bit more of a growth year for Keon White. It's not a bad thing, Pats fans. Don't take that the wrong way, but this is a little bit more of a growth year for him, and I think you're going to get an even better player, higher impact player next year. Not saying he's going to be bad this year, but man, is this kid going to blossom throughout the year. Marte Mapu. Go down as one of the biggest steals of the draft. Mapu is the definition of snub omitted by the scouting services. Left out in the cold by the combine committee. Injured during his bench press at Pro Day. Just call him Rodney Dangerfield. 17 games played and started. 87 tackles, 2 sacks, 7 for loss, and a pick. I have him starting every single game. I have him right around the 95 tackle mark. Maybe hits the 3 digits. 3 sacks. 8 tackles for loss. No interceptions. But round 3, steal. Jake Andrews out of Troy. Technician in hand placement, combat, positional flexibility. He's going to play 11 games. I love this. All right. So I don't like kicker picks just because it's not a flashy and a hoorah pick. But when it comes to stat projections, these are awesome. Okay. You got your kicker in your 4th round, 31 of 35 field goal attempts, long of 58 yards. I like it. I like it. City So. Boy, City So. All right. Offensive guard out of Eastern Michigan. Okay. And he'll compete for a starting job down the road. His projection is 15 games as a backup. He could listen, if you could turn a 4th round pick into a starter next year or the year after, that's a home run. Especially in the line. Home run. Antonio Maffi, big boy. Big boy. And why do I say that? He plays nasty. By big boy. He's got the big boy mentality. Plays through the whistle and competitiveness and contagious. 13 games as a backup. Kayshon Boutte could be a steal. Belichick better get this kid's attitude in check. Keep him straight. This kid was projected 1st round pick going into this last year. So, biggest wild card of the draft. We got him getting 26 catches, 392 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a breakout toward the end of the season. Giving him a little bit more than that. I'm giving him 40 catches, 480 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think you guys are going to use him more than you think. You got your punter here. Plays and starts all 17 games. 43.4 punt net average, like that. You guys got some value, honestly, looking at this. Demario Douglas moonlights as a kick and punt returner sparingly, and roster spot remains cloudy. Amir Speed, 12 games, 23 tackles, 4 pass breakups. Then you got Isaiah Bolden, corner from Jackson State. 10 games played, 15 tackles, 5 pass deflections. Moving on to the New York Jets, huh? New York Jets with an impact rating of 69. Will McDonald, Iowa State, edge. credit the Jets for staying true to their board. Got another pass rusher to throw the kitchen sink at opposing QBs. 15 games played, 22 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss. I have him getting 25 tackles and 3.5 sacks. I think he's going to be in a little bit more of a rotation. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna play, but I think they're looking to keep their players a little more fresh, and I think it'll be better toward the back end of the year. You got Joe Tippmann, new quarterback, new city, new system, and new center, all for Aaron Rodgers. Expects to start all 17 games barring injury. That's obviously noted, but you got a starting center that's freaking awesome. Carter Warren. Okay, offensive line depth. You got your tackle in the third. Played every position along the offensive line. Served as a swingman backup. He's going to be active for 12 games. Israel, running back. He'll be on standby in case of injuries. 450 total all-purpose yards. Zaire Barnes, explosive backer who flies to the football. Barnes possesses the skill set to line up at any linebacker spot. 10 games played, 32 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. You got Jarek Bernard Converse. Get that man a sponsorship, please. Okay, he could be the main backup by default. 10 games played, 16 tackles at corner. Pretty good at corner. Hope Sauce stays healthy. And I'm going to throw one more in here. How dare they not put in the tight end out of Old Dominion? One of my favorite draft steals, in my opinion, in Zach Kuntz. Here's a little extra one for you Jets fans, huh? Zach Kuntz. I have him here in my little sticky note. Shows starter potential going into next year. I have hidden gem written all over this. Kid is like 6'7", 6'8", athletic freak. I'm telling you, he can have that starting role going into next year. He's got a little bit more to develop. Kid is raw, but oh boy, please coach that kid right. Please. He's got everything in him. Everything in him to be nasty at the next level. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to scroll back up here to show you what the grades mean again. Boom. Player rating impact scale. All right. So, this was the AFC East rookie impact and stat projections. Once again, I'm Two Tone Sports. Showing love is free on YouTube, and I appreciate your time, and thank you for watching.